Hello everybody, it's Kados here and welcome back to another episode of Crash the Bandicoot. I don't think that's actually the name of the game. Get rid of the you know. In this episode we're going to be doing Lights Out, but before we do that we're going to go back and do some gem challenges now that we've got the red gem. And the first level will be Native Fortress, which is pretty interesting in this gem challenge, if I believe it's the one I'm thinking of. This gem allows you to go a lot higher up the gate, which is cool, because you don't get to go that high originally when you play this level. But in this level, you get to see how high this level can really get, which is pretty interesting. And if you just happen to be watching this video, I know like maybe 10 or 15% of my subscribers actually watch my walkthrough and Let's Play videos and stuff, which is pretty understandable because I know they're really boring. I actually, I'm not a big fan of Let's Play videos myself, but I just make these because they're easy to make, really. But I want to know, if you just happen to be watching, please comment with some kind of answer or something. I want to know, let me see here. I want to know what you want to hear out of my commentary, whether that be me talking more about the game or me talking about life experiences and stuff, because you know how I tell stupid bullshit stories and I go on because I know I talk a lot of shit basically, and I want to know what you want to hear out of me talking shit or me talking about the game, because I don't want people to be watching my videos and getting bored kind of thing. But just I want to do some new things, like, because I know Let's Play and walkthrough videos can kind of get pretty boring, and I know I make a lot of them. I have been recently, but that's because I've been pretty busy and I don't have time to work on bigger videos. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think and what you want to hear, because that's going to be really handy for me to know. But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you in advance. And I want to do some new things, like I want to do a question of the video and stuff. I know a lot of people do that, but I'm interested in, I want to see discussions and stuff in my videos. And yeah, I guess what today's question of the video would be, what is your favorite Crash game and what is your least favorite Crash game? Personally, Crash Bandicoot 2 is my favorite Crash game. I know a lot of people's favorite is Crash 3, but I'm choosing Crash 2 because this is my reasoning behind me choosing Crash 2, and a lot of people know Crash 2 is my favorite. But Crash 2 was kind of... Alright, let's put it this way. Crash 1, 2, and 3 were all pretty similar games, but they were different in terms of how you control Crash Bandicoot, really. But they all have pretty distinct differences as well. I mean, Crash Bandicoot 1, because the controls are so simple, you've just got jump, spin, and move. Everything in Crash Bandicoot 1 relied on the level design, so all the difficulty and all the challenge and stuff came from how you play the levels, not how you control Crash. So for instance, I have to wait and dodge those spikes, and I have to wait and dodge the fire as well, and stuff like that. So basically, I think Crash Bandicoot 1 had the most interesting level design because it basically had to have the most interesting design. And also, Crash 3 had what I think the lousiest level design, but you could control Crash a lot better. Like, there are a lot more things you could do with Crash. See, look how high we're getting right now, it's ridiculous. We end up going all the way into the sky and into the clouds to get this gem, which is pretty funny. You actually get to jump on the clouds, which I thought was pretty, I don't know, weird. But it's pretty cool, I guess, getting to run around in the clouds. It reminds me of Mario, when you go to the bonus levels and stuff. What was I saying? Yeah, Crash 3, you can control Crash a lot easier. Like, you have a lot of unlockable abilities, like the double jump and the super spin and the running ability and all that. But because of that, the level design suffered. So, Crash could do all these things, but that made a lot of the levels not easy, but just the level design lacked, because you had more freedom to control Crash. So Crash Bandicoot 2 was my favorite because it was kind of in between both of those. Like, you could control Crash with more freedom, like with the slide and the crouch button and stuff, and the long jump and all that kind of stuff. You can control Crash a lot easier, but not to the extent you could in Crash 3. So in Crash Bandicoot 2, the level design was still really good. At the same time, you could control Crash really fluidly, and he was easy to move and stuff like that. So that's why I like Crash 2. Also, I think Crash 3 added a bit too much, like in terms of the extra bonus kind of levels, like the jet ski levels and all that, and the aeroplane levels. I thought it was just a bit too much. So Crash 2 wins my favorite Crash game. As for my least favorite Crash game, I would have to say I've never actually played the most recent Crash games, like Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant. I never played those, but I don't think they look bad. They just don't look like Crash Bandicoot games to me. They just look like completely different platformers. But they've just used the Crash name to get some money. So I can't really judge them, not that I consider them part of the Crash Bandicoot series anyway. But my least favorite in that case would be Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. That game was awful. It felt unfinished. I don't. It looked bad. It didn't do anything new with the gameplay. Everything that was in that game I'd seen before. It was just uncreative. Like, some of the returning characters that got into that game just looked stupid. Like, look what they did to Cortex. They made his skin fucking yellow. Crash and Tiny and Dingodile, which are two of my favorite Crash villains, they just, you know, they just made them dumb. Like, they never said a word, and they act as little mini enemies in the levels. They're not bosses at all. The only bosses are, what was his name? I can't remember his name. That other Bandicoot. I can't remember his name. He was the only Crunch. That was his name. That was the only boss. So I was a bit disappointed with that game. I didn't play it till later. When did I play it? Not long after the PS2 was released, and I didn't play that much of it because I didn't like it that much. Anyway, in this level we've got 2 red gem challenges, which is weird. I think this is the only level that I can think of that has 2 gem challenges in it. This is the first one, which you have to go over here, explode that TNT to activate the switch, which activates that box over there, which you have to jump on, which activates that box there, which you jump up there, and then you jump up there, and you get that one there, and then you get the boxes over there, and yeah. Yeah. God, that was a lot of talking. But yeah, that would be my, oh shit. That would be my answer to the question of the video. Leave your answer in the comments if you're watching. You don't have to. I'm not gonna force you. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna climb out of the computer screen and say, comment on my video. You know, I thought it would just be something I would start doing. If it doesn't work out, I'll probably stop doing it. But yeah. Speaking of those videos I was talking about before, why I've been making more Let's Plays and walkthroughs and stuff, I do have bigger videos I'm working on at the moment. The only problem is I don't have time to work on them. I did have time to work on them during my holidays before I started school again, so there's a big chunk of them done, but since I started I have had literally no time to work on those videos. I get Wednesdays off, which is my video making day, but like, I know Wednesdays are just, the day comes and goes and I only have opportunities to make Let's Plays and stuff because at the same time I'm cleaning clothes and all that kind of stuff. It's my get things done day, and as much as I love to get those videos done during that day off, I just can't get time to do it. It's just one day. I mean, I need more time than that. This bit here, this is another one of those invisible plank things. You just jump straight forward with full jumps and you'll be fine. And you can get these boxes here, which are also lives, which is cool. And also on the weekends, sorry I just burped. The weekends I would love to get videos done, but my weekends are just packed, crammed full with, you know, life. I'm either hanging out with my girlfriend or hanging out with friends, or something pops up and I have to, you know, I just don't have time on my weekends, basically, is what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on those bigger videos during the holidays, but when it comes to when I get home from school and stuff, all I'll have time to do is commentate these videos. I mean, I've just found a bit of spare time and it's 10 o'clock at night, so, you know, I try to get these commentated, and, what do you call it, the videos rendered and uploaded in the space of a couple of days. So this should be uploaded on a Friday. But oh yeah, here's Lights Out. This is an interesting level. I'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, I want to get those videos done. So I'm not just a Let's Play walkthrough guy. I do other videos as well. And one of them includes a Crash Bandicoot video, which I'm working on. So that's going to be something to look out for when it's eventually done. This level, you need a yellow gem to get all the crates, so, you know, it's not a big deal if we die or anything and, you know, fail too much, because we don't have the yellow gem yet. So this isn't a gem challenge, but this level's pretty interesting because there's two kinds of these levels. This one isn't really that hard, but the second one is frustratingly hard. But what the gimmick is with this level is that basically there's complete darkness, which there's similar levels in Crash 2 and 3, which I've done walkthroughs of, where there's similar things but instead in this, compared to those ones where you get fireflies to light your path, your mask lights the path. So what's interesting about that is that if you get hit by an enemy, you'll lose your mask, and if you lose your mask, you lose your light. So basically, try not to hit any enemies, because, you know, I know that'll just fuck you up. I mean, it's more frustrating because you can't get multiple masks. You can only have one at a time. If you get another one, I don't think it counts as having an extra mask. See if I get this one here. What am I doing? Why did I do that for? God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's just the whole mask system is down the toilet in these levels. Basically because the mask, instead of being your health, is the light. Which kind of sucks, and it also means you can't get the invincibility. But that was a pretty short level, because it was pretty easy. We didn't get the gem though, because we have to come back when we have the yellow gem, which is gonna suck, but that's not really a hard level, so yeah. That's pretty much it for this episode, and I will see you in episode 9. Jeez, we're really getting on with these episodes, aren't we? I'll see you then when we do Jaws of Darkness. Bye! I love you!